Hey guys, I just went ahead and fully finished Elden Ring Nightreign. This is going to be my full review on the game. I did an impressions video a little bit earlier, maybe you saw that. But this is my impressions after playing many of the characters. Not all of them, some of them just didn't really interest me, but I have played 4 of the classes. Kind of extensively. I have beaten every single one of the Night Lords. I have done several of the characters' remembrance storylines. Overall, I have about 35 hours played in the game. And I've done dozens and dozens of runs. So let me give you my pros, my cons, and then my final verdict on the game. The first pro is that I really like the characters. The entire system that they have here with, you pick a character and then that character has skill. They have a passive, they have a skill, they have an ultimate, they have different scalings that's going to affect, what drops for them and what's best for them. I actually really like that. I think it's much better than, making your own character and kind of just being a god at everything or whatever. And I really like the abilities. I think it does a good job of diversifying the characters. It's not balanced great. Some of the characters are definitely significantly worse than other characters, but I still think it's quite fun and a unique system for, a FromSoftware game. I also think that when you're playing this game with 2 of your friends, it is very fun, especially when you start to get into the rigmarole, the rhythm of it, and you're just fucking blazing in, 3 of you just running into an area. It's like your brains all telepathically sync up and you know exactly where all of you should go. You go into an encampment, just like a murder tornado, rip through, kill every single person there, and then get the loot, get out, and you're all just booking it at 7,000 miles per hour to the next area, to wipe them out and get your loot and rinse and repeat. I think it's really fun. And I think that the new bosses here, the Night Lords, are actually very fun to fight and unique. And I really enjoy almost all of the fights. I do think that Augur is kind of lame. I think Augur is a lame fight. I don't think it's very fun. Also, when you play as melee, some of the fights can be a little bit frustrating, though, on the Night Lords, because some of them do have the inclination to run away a lot. But I think overall, the new Night Lords are really good. I also think it's really nice to see some of the classics back. You got your Gaping Dragon, you got your Nameless King, you got your Smelter Demon, you got your Disgusting Big Spider from Dark Souls 2, right? They have quite a few bosses. I think they have like 6 bosses from Dark Souls 2. That's nice to see. And I also think the music is really good here. You're listening to the main theme in the background right now of Nightreign, and I think it's really good, man. I think they've done a great job with the music as well. That's about it for positives. Let's get into the negatives, shall we? Playing this game single player solo is just not fun. I don't think it's fun at all. For me, I've seen some people say that they have fun, but guess what, motherfucker? This is my review, my opinion, my subjective take of the game. I didn't have fun at all solo. I did manage to complete after they just buffed solo runs. They made it so you get significantly more runes and you have an extra life on the bosses. I managed to complete 2 of the Night Lords on solo, and I'll be honest, it just isn't very fun. I didn't have very much fun with it. I just felt like, why would I play this instead of Elden Ring? It does not do a fantastic job solo, but multiplayer, I think, is where it's at. It's what the game was designed for, after all, so kind of makes sense. Also, just some of the classes are insanely brutal on solo. Like Revenant is really hard. Same with Recluse. Really hard to do solo at all. You're basically doing a no-hit run, because if you get hit once, you're probably dead. Twice, you're definitely dead. So you're essentially just doing a no-hit run at that point. which, you know, I'm not great at these games. I'll be the first to admit. Skill issue, get good, yada, yada, yada. All the things the Souls fans love to say. I'm not great at these games. You know, big whoop. Oh no, I'm not great at a video game. Whatever will I do? But, yeah, solo, it just isn't very fun for me. Also, I think that there are a couple objective major flaws. This is a major multiplayer release in 2025 with no crossplay. For me, that's unacceptable. No crossplay in 2025? What the hell are they thinking? It really, really limits people's ability to play with their friends. I think that is a major objective L. What's also a major objective L? No voice chat. This is a very communication-heavy game, and you're really relegated to communicating via ping and ping only. And I just don't think that that's sufficient in a game in 2025. I know people have bad experiences with voice chat, and that's fine. Turn it off if you want to be able to turn it off. But give those of us with no social anxiety and, you know, wanting to meet new friends and communicate, give those of us, you know, that want that, the opportunity to do that. I've met so many cool people through Space Marines 2 multiplayer, through Helldivers multiplayer, and just through voice chat, you know, mixing up with random people. I mean, hell, even PvP games like Marvel Rivals recently, I've met really cool people. Give me the opportunity, voice crack, holy, to talk to people and meet new people. So major L there with no voice chat. I don't know what the hell that they're thinking in a multiplayer game. No voice chat, no crossplay. Pretty unacceptable in my opinion. Also, just in terms of the roguelike features of the game, because this is a roguelike, I think it is sorely lacking in most things that a roguelike typically has. Like, typically in a roguelike, you have very meaningful run-to-run progression, and you have a serious amount of randomization that can really alter your runs. It's kind of funny, you know, all these gaming showcases just happened, and as a result, a bunch of new demos were available on Steam. And I've played, like, you know, probably like 10, 12 demos, and a good 6 or 7 of them were roguelikes. Every single one of these demos, not even fully released games for these roguelikes, had significantly more run-to-run progression and randomization than Nightreign has. And Nightreign is a AAA full-scale release, you know? So for me, I don't really think there's any argument. Yeah, I know people are trying to say it's FromSoft's first foray into this type of thing, and you know, that's fine. But every single run in this game feels pretty similar. And it's to the point where 2 of my friends, once they beat all of the Elden Lords, you know, the Night Lords, they're like, I'm probably never going to touch this game again until it gets big content updates. And that's most people I've talked to. Like, most people I've talked to are like, yeah, once you beat the bosses, I'm not really interested in playing it again, because that run-to-run randomization is not there. It's not a Binding of Isaac or an Inscription or a Balatro or a Hades, where it's like, okay, you did this run, now you have a new merchant that's unlocked, or you did this run, you've unlocked this. They have a very small amount of that can happen. And there's 4 events that can happen, like, on the level that can change it a little bit. But I would say 2 of those events are kind of lame. The Scarlet Rot event is kind of lame and doesn't really have a big difference. And same with the Frozen area. That one is kind of lame. I think the town is cool and the crater are cool, and they have pretty big impacts. I'm a fan of those 2. But I think just in general, we need way more roguelike elements here. And an easy way that they could implement this is with the relics. These relics are things that you unlock after each run, and you can also buy with currency that you accrue from playing. And these relics will allow you to have various different bonuses. But these bonuses are so small and inconsequential, or just outright fucking terrible, that they play such a small impact. There's probably like less than 5 that are actually like really good, and those are like character specific ones. So most of these that you get are going to be like, you start with lightning pots at the beginning of your expedition. Wow. I start with lightning pots? You mean like I start with a consumable when I find literally 100 consumables a fucking run? Woo! That's amazing. Or it'll be like strength +1, and then you test it out in the range with an S tier scaling weapon on strength, and it gives you 2 extra damage. Woo! This is what I mean, though. It's like these relics, which are the main thing that are supposed to be your run-to-run progression that you're getting, are just ass. Like they're inconsequential, and maybe they are a minor positive at best. And I think they could really rework those to just get rid of all the shitty, useless affixes, like starting with some grease or some pots or whatever, and actually add some meaningful ones. I would also love to see it if they could make it so you could customize the weapons in the game. If you, like for me, I love the Guts Greatsword, right? That's like my shit in Elden Ring. So make it so instead of that just being a gray weapon with like Endure or whatever it is, Ash of War on it, make it so I could customize it. Maybe through using the weapon, I can level it up so I can unlock different things so that when it drops, maybe now it drops as a blue or it drops as a purple instead. I don't even have to go through the, you know, the upgrading process for it. It'll just drop as those, and maybe I can change the Ash of War on it so I can put on the Lion's Claw or whatever the flippy dippy one is, right? Like, give me something, man. Some sort of run-to-run customization and significantly more roguelike elements. And I think the game would be in just a much better overall spot. Also, I would be remiss to not talk about this, but the frame rate, bro. 60 FPS on PC and routine stutters. Routine. Like the frame pacing is not consistent here. And this is on my PC, which is an RTX 5090, a Ryzen 9800 X3D, 64 gigs of 6000 megahertz RAM on an NVMe SSD. I mean, I have a top 0.01% PC here, bro. One, why are we still relegating the FPS to 60? And then, like, people make mods to get rid of the 60 FPS cap, but then you have to worry about getting banned from easy anti-cheat, which is just ridiculous. Like, you guys did a really good port with Armored Core 6. Armored Core 6 ran great. It looked great. It didn't have these stupid FPS limits. Let's do that. I mean, I have to talk about this. 60 FPS is just not acceptable on PC anymore. It hasn't been. I haven't played games at 60 FPS on PC in over a decade, my guy. Like, come on. Let's really rein this in. I've been, 120 FPS gaming for so long now that any sort of AAA release should absolutely have unlocked frame rates. But overall, it may sound like I'm being very negative on the game. Unfortunately, the negative section is always going to be longer in my reviews just because I feel like I need to further extrapolate on things versus just saying like, yeah, it's really good. I really like it. But overall, Momo, stop. Momo's trying to chime in the review. Overall, here's what I'll say. I do think that this is a really, really good time, a really enjoyable time when you're playing with friends. When you're playing with a full party of friends, it's so much fun. It's so entertaining. I really, really like it. Unfortunately, though, it is just lacking in a lot of those areas. If you want to play solo, it's not going to be a great time. If you want to play with randoms, it's not going to be a great time. You can't communicate with them. If you want to play with friends on other platforms, not going to be a great time. You literally can't. If you want to really have extra content and stuff to do after you've beat those, initial bosses, it's not going to be a great time. There's not a lot to do. I mean, there's a reason why, like, the only thing you see content creators doing on this game now is like level 1 challenge runs, is because there's nothing actually to do. In a full roguelike like Balatro or something like that, you see content creators making content on the game for a very, very long time super easily, right? They don't have to do challenge runs or anything like that because the game is just really, really built for long-term play. So yeah, I think it is definitely lacking for me because of all of the negatives here. I cannot give it any higher than a 6 out of 10. I can't. It's nice that it's not a full price release. That's nice. I think it's $40, which is nice, but it's missing some crucial features. Like, it's missing crossplay, it's missing voice chat, it's missing huge roguelike elements that are just standard in the genre. It's missing, running higher than 60 FPS. Even though I think this game can definitely be like an 8 out of 10 when you're playing with your friends. I think the solo experience is not very good. So overall, I can't even give it a 7, which for me is good. If you don't know my rating scale, 5 is average, 6 is above average, 7 is good. I can't even get it to good, man. I can't. Not in good faith. I cannot give this game a good when it is lacking in so many various departments. However, I think the foundation is here. There's a really, really good foundation. And if they treat this as a live service game, which they've said it's not, but if they instead treat it like a live service game and they continue to add content, way more Dark Souls bosses, right? It should already be double what it is. Like 6 Dark Souls bosses? Come on, bro. It should at least be 12. Add in the Shadow of the Erdtree content. I have no idea why that's missing. Give us martial arts. Give us beast claws. Give us the light great swords, right? Give us all of the Shadow of the Erdtree content. Give us some like significantly harder bosses like people were talking about before, where you're fighting Consort Radon or you're fighting Millennia, stuff like that. And they treat this as a live service game. This could be fantastic, and I hope that they do. But as for right now, I can't give it any higher than a 6 out of 10. But let me know what you guys think. Are you loving the game? Are you adoring it? Are you not having any issues whatsoever? Skill issue, get good. Just learn to communicate with your randoms telepathically. Just buy consoles for all the same consoles or all the same PC for all your friends so you can all play together on the same platform without crossplay. Let me know. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see all of you guys in the next video or stream. Bye bye.